Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Shannon Roznay from Thrive Wellness Center. I want to talk to you today about pain and inflammation. What to do if you have a short-term pain situation, like you've injured yourself, sprained your ankle, broken a bone, otherwise just done something to cause pain, or even if you have more chronic pain and chronic inflammation that you want to get under control. So some of my very favorite products that are so effective working on pain include Boswellia Complex and Turmeric Forte. So Boswellia Complex includes turmeric as one of its ingredients. It also has frankincense, which is Boswellia, and it has something called ginger. So ginger is also very good at reducing inflammation. Turmeric Forte is another product. Obviously, turmeric is the main ingredient, and that has an added fenugreek component, and fenugreek has been found to accentuate the effects of turmeric, make it more powerful and make it work in lower quantities. So Boswellia Complex and turmeric are both things that I use to help with inflammation. Boswellia is typically used for joints. Particularly, I find it effective for the small joints, like in the hands if you have arthritis, but also it's really good for elbows, shoulders, any kind of pain situation that you have going on. Turmeric is the other option, and turmeric can be used 1 to 2 tablets per day is typically all it takes in order to reduce pain and inflammation in a swollen joint. So those are the two things that we use for primarily inflammation on the herbal side of our product line. Then if you have any sort of concerns with ligaments, so that's ligaments, meniscus, tendons, collagen production, any sort of injury or just ongoing chronic issue with a joint, then we have Ligaplex 1 and Ligaplex 2. Ligaplex 1 is typically used more for acute injuries, meaning you just injured yourself, you sprained your ankle, you stepped off the curb incorrectly, you banged your head on something, it doesn't really matter. So Ligaplex 1, 3 per day, is great at reducing inflammation, immediately really reducing pain, and then helping the ligaments to heal fully and completely after an injury. Ligaplex 2 is typically used for more long-term issues where you've had a chronic joint issue, a chronic inflammatory process going on that you're trying to get a handle on. Same thing, 3 per day is typically great at getting that fixed up. We also use, from standard process, Cataplex ACP. That's vitamin A, vitamin C, and rutin. P is the synergy, the other components that exist in the vitamin C complex, which would include rutin. These are great. So vitamin C is utilized to improve collagen production in the body. Your body uses C to make collagen, but also Cataplex ACP, as it's combined in that product, is great at reducing inflammation. So any kind of acute injury or inflammatory process is great. Usually we do more, 4 to 6 little tablets of that per day to really get a handle on those inflammatory processes. I also use that product for immune enhancement because it's vitamin A and C. As you might imagine, it can be helpful for the immune system. And additionally, I found it very helpful for bladder pain and inflammation. So there's lots of uses for the products, but primarily anywhere that you have pain and inflammation, Cataplex ACP can help. So in combination, if you had an injury, let's say you sprained your ankle, typically the recommendation would be to do 2 Turmeric Forte, 3 Ligaplex 1, and 6 Cataplex ACP when it's its most injured and inflamed. So most people would think you have an injury, you have an accident, the first thing they typically reach for or think about is taking anti-inflammatory pain relievers. So Tylenol, acetaminophen, ibuprofen, things like that. The problem is that not only do those potentially cause problems with your liver, upsetting your gut and the microbiome, and actually being hard on the kidneys. The other problem that most people aren't aware of is that it actually stops the inflammatory process, which is not what you want to do. So when you have an injury, your body uses inflammation. And what is inflammation? It's extra cells, white blood cells to the area. It's extra cleanup of dead cells in the area, and it's fluid to protect the joint from further injury while it's healing. Those are normal inflammatory processes, and what we want to do is we want to actually promote inflammation in an injured area so that it can complete the cycle and fully heal to its best and strongest end point. A little bit of ice or a little bit of heat is okay on the area. That can be helpful for pain relief, but otherwise I just recommend doing the supplements. That's going to get you a much better outcome in the long term. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for listening. And if you have any questions, of course, as always, you can comment below, you can email us, or you can give us a call at the office.